want you to stay hydrated. And also in New Jersey, we have a no-touch policy. Our animals, a lot of them are free roaming and could potentially come up and touch the truck or touch you. They are allowed to do that, but you are not allowed to touch an animal back. If you touch an animal, it is a $2,000 fine. If you feed an animal, it is a $5,000 fine. And I don't think anyone wants to pay that. But we're going to have a good time. We're going to see a lot of different animals. Okay, you said we don't have any lab children. I usually talk about saying we can go on further on the inside, but we don't have any lab children here. Also, you will see some gate guards. They are lonely and they like when the trucks approach them. So, when you see a gate guard, make sure to wave hi to them. It brightens up their day just a little bit. We're going to see our first gate guard over here to your right. Let's say hello to our gate guard. Alright. You will see some animals over there. Those are female and young juvenile male black buck. If you take the tour out of base camp, you will get to see that section of the tour. That is a 45-minute version of the tour. The tour you're getting now from the park is a 35-minute version of the tour. The first section we are going to be heading into is the Americas, where of course we will see animals from North and South America. Trucks going up today. Now you may notice that you may have spotted some gates on the trees. This is because we have some animals here that have antlers and they like to rub their antlers on the trees, and not only is it harmful for their antlers, it's harmful to the trees as well. So we put those gates up. It is much more soothing for their antlers and it does not harm the trees in any way. We have our shelter here as well for any animals that need to go underneath the rain or just rest underneath the shade in there as well. Our animals are entirely free roaming, so they can go in any part of their own section as they please. We do have gates set up so animals don't go into the wrong section. It seems to be the first animal we are going to see over here to the right is the rhea. Now, the rhea is what is called a rat type, meaning that they are a flightless bird. They are one of 3 rat types we will meet here today. They are originally from South America. To tell the difference between a male and the female, the males are going to have a black ring of feathers at the bottom of their neck, but the females will not have that. They are the smallest rat types we will meet today. Another fun fact about the rhea is that a female can lay up to 20 eggs per period. If you look all the way down, you will see our female fallow deer. Now, a lot of people compare the fallow deer to the white-tailed deer, but the fallow deer always keep their spots throughout their entire life. You will spot one if you look very closely. One is entirely white. She is not albino. She is what is called leucistic, meaning that she does not produce enough melanin as the rest of them, giving her that entirely white color. An albino will have red eyes. Her eyes are actually blue. We keep our male and female fallow deer separated. We will spot the male fallow deer a little bit later on in the tour. A couple more of our rhea. The other rat types we are going to meet today are the ostrich and the emu. If you look closely, the rhea has 3 toes to them. I want to take a good picture of the rhea. I did spot a rhea egg earlier. It is yellow. If anybody spots it, let me know. I did see it over here to the left earlier. If you don't spot it, it's kind of hard to spot. I will definitely be able to show you some ostrich eggs later. We are now officially leaving America and heading into our Africa section. See many famous African animals. you have to be very careful with the gates. It would be very bad if we had an animal from a different section going to a different section. Let's see, what's the first animal we want to see in the Africa section? Alrighty.
Rhino!
Yes, we will spot some rhinos. I think the first animal that wants to make an appearance is going to be the African elephant. Yes, it is. We have the African elephant right over here to your left. If you look at the shape of their ears, they're actually shaped like the continent of Africa. They are the largest land animal in the entire world, standing under 13 feet tall and weigh about 7 tons. The sad conservation fact about the African lion is that there's only about 415,000 left in the wild. We have two beautiful female elephants here. These two ladies have been with us since the park opened in 1974. So they are old ladies. If you can get a good look over there, you will see the elongation on the upper lip and nose. That is called their trunk. Their trunk is made up of 40,000 muscles. So there are more muscles in an elephant's trunk than there are muscles in the human body. They can use their trunk for many different things. They can pick up things as small as a pencil all the way up to a tree trunk. Along with that, in the summertime, they'll go in the water and spray themselves with their trunk. They will also use their trunk to eat, and they will use their trunk to pick up dirt. They can put dirt on their back and they form out of bug spray and sunscreen. So that's how the dirt helps them. We'll get a good look at them as we do a big wrap around. Also, you can spot over there are white rhinos and our Asian water buffalo. We will see them later on in the tour in our wild plains. If you look over here to your right, you will see our ostrich. That is another rat type, meaning that the ostrich does not fly. The males are going to have the black ring of feathers, while the females are going to have that gray and white feather to them. I'll talk a little bit more about our ostriches as we see them later on in the tour. It seems to be that it is feeding time, so we have our rodent right over here to the left feeding our elephants. And as you can see, they are using their trunks to eat. You can also notice their tusks as well. Both males and females do have tusks. If you want to look over here to your right, you are going to see our Asian water buffalo. Now you may be thinking they're the Asian water buffalo, but they're in the Africa section. Why is that? That is because in our Africa section, we have the most amount of water and pond land over here. In the name Asian water buffalo, they love the water and need to be within 20 miles of a water source. They actually have a joint right above their hoof. It is called a fetlock. That fetlock is actually what helps them walk through the muddy terrain in the pond land. If we were to walk through all of this water, we'd probably slip and fall on our face, and it wouldn't end well for us, but because they have their fetlock, it is much easier for them to do that. They are domesticated because they can produce a very rich milk. You will also see over here, we have our white rhinoceros. Now, they are called the white rhinoceros, but they're more of a grayish color. That is because white rhino is a mistranslation for wide rhino due to their very wide mouths. You can see those very large horns that they have there. Those horns are actually called false horns because they are made out of keratin. That is the same material that make up our hair and fingernails. So, if it breaks off, as long as the root is intact, it would grow back very quick and very easily, just like our hair and fingernails. They are one of 5 species of rhino. They are the largest species of rhino, and the only species of rhino that is not currently listed as critically endangered. They are a near-threatened species, but not critically endangered like the other species of rhino. You can get a good look at them right over here. I probably consider the white rhino to be the most popular species of rhino. comes up. Just bear with me real quick as we get this gate open real quick. We'll also come encounter with the reticulated giraffe, that's another fan favorite. And like I said before, they can go anywhere in their section. So sometimes you'll spot one right over here, and then sometimes they'll be all the way down. So every tour is a different tour, because they will always be in a different spot. Let's see who wants to make an appearance first today. Enjoying the tour so far? Yes. You like what we see? Perfect. It gets better from here, I promise. It seems to be the first animal that wants to make an appearance is going to be on your right. You will see two different species. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Pisa oryx. That is the antelope all the way down over there with those two horns. But that's actually where the unicorn myth comes from, because if you look at them from their side, it actually looks like they have one horn, like the unicorn. They're part of an antelope species known as Hippotrygidae, meaning horse-like antelope. They live in dry, rigid areas and can go without water for extended periods of time. During that time, they rely on roots and vegetation for their water intake. Right next to them, right in front of us, is the ellipsis water box. If you look on their rear end, you will see a bit of a bullseye. Looks like they sat on a freshly painted toilet seat. And in the name water buck, they also love the water. They can actually go and hide underneath the water and hide from predators that do not like the water. So it helps them a little bit with that. You also saw some of our female ostriches over there as well. Now, like I said before, the ostrich is the tallest bird in the world. They stand up to about 9 feet tall. Over here to your right, you will see the African bongo. They are originally found in West, Central, and Northern African tropics, along with some groups in Kenya as well. They are known as the ghost of the forest. If you look at their fur, you see those white stripes. Kind of looks like they have a bit of a skeleton suit on. Both males and females are also going to have those horns with them as well. You can see some of our male black buck. You can tell that they're males because they have the horn, while the females do not. You also saw over there, if you noticed, those were male fallow deer. We will see them up in the top like that before. Right over here to your right, we have the white bearded gnu, also known as the blue wildebeest. Now, the male's horns are much thicker and larger than a female's. But fun fact, the blue wildebeest partakes in something called the Great Migration. There's so much dust that takes place in the Great Migration, it can be seen from space, which is pretty cool. We're going to meet one more species of gnu later on. Over here we have our reticulated giraffe, our fan favorite. They stand up between 16 feet and 18 feet tall. Their necks alone are 7 feet long and have about 7 vertebrae in the neck. Humans also have 7 vertebrae in their neck. The vertebrae in their neck happen to be much longer. You can see the baby down there as well. They're going through something called a silent extinction, meaning a large portion of them are going extinct very quickly and very silently in a short period of time. You also see the red and golden cattle, known as the one-toothed cattle, named for the Tutsi people of Africa. Those very large horns are made out of a honeycomb. Vessels flow through the horns and they benefit air conditioner on the body. And you also have our scimitar curved horn orcs, or the scimitar horn orcs, and they get their name because of their scimitar curved horns. Sorry about that. And also, fun fact about the scimitar orcs that we just saw, they were extinct in the year 2000, and they were reintroduced in 2016 in the country of Chad. So they had a conservation success story, which we love to see. Also, over here to your right, you will see the grand zebra. Now, a lot of people think it's white with black stripes, but they are actually black with white stripes. This is because of the inside of their ear and their muscle are black, which means they're black with white stripes. They tend to be a bit aggressive, which is probably the reason why they were never domesticated as well. They can use those stripes to blend in with each other, form a bit of a camouflage. They can use that to their advantage. We'll also see over there to your left, we have some of our male follow here. Now, the males are going to have the antlers, but they do fall off once a season, so they are in the process of growing back at the moment. Over there to your right is our common eland. Now, it's kind of hard to see from here, but they have a couple stripes on their fur, and that actually helps them camouflage into roots and grass. going to have a bit of a darker tone than the females as well. The common eland is one of the largest species of antelope. The only species of antelope larger than the common eland is the greater eland. But here's Six Flags Great Adventure. Our largest species of antelope is the common eland. This is very new to Six Flags Great Adventure. We have our Savannah Sunset. You can actually stay here and sleep at the safari. With that, you get access to Six Flags Great Adventure, Hurricane Harbor, the safari. You get giraffe feedings, VIP tours, and much more. I know they are going to be opening up very soon on the inside. It is a restaurant with Starbucks products and a spa. For more information, I go to sixflagsgreatadventure.com/Savannah Sunset. I heard people say they can hear a lion roar in the morning because a lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. Some people at Savannah Sunset said that they can hear a lion roar in the morning, which is pretty cool. We will encounter the African lion in just a little bit. We are heading into our Serengeti grasslands. The first animal we're going to see our Serengeti grasslands is over here to your right. We have our oodads. These are our male oodads. Their horns are much thicker and larger than the females. They have more of a scruffier beard on their chest as well than the females. They use those horns a lot of the time to dig in the dirt. They are known as the Barbary sheep, but they're more closely related to goats. We also see over there we have the white-tailed gnu, also known as the black wildebeest. Their horns are curved at the front of their head, while the blue wildebeest horns were curved to the sides of their head, and the white-tailed gnu does not participate in the Great Migration, where their cousins, the blue wildebeest, the white-bearded gnu, do. You'll also see our radix over there. Now they have a bit of a darker tone in the winter season and a lighter coat in the summer season. A sad conservation fact about the addax, there's only about 90 addax left in the wild. So there's not many left. You can get a better view over here of them. All over there, oodads as well. The oodads' hoofs make them excellent climbers. See over here to your right, we have the sable antelope. Now they depend on water more than any other species of antelope. During the dry season, they do have to share their grazing pastures. You'll see those very intimidating horns of theirs. They're able to use those horns to stand their ground against predators. They can use those horns to flip predators over their back. They can flip up animals as large as a lion over their back with their horns. Which is pretty crazy. See a couple more of our black duck over here. The black duck are originally from India, Nepal, and Pakistan. These are all of our males over here as well. Some of them are a little bit darker than the others, which means they're a little bit older. If you want to look over here to your left, right by the male ostrich laying by his ostrich eggs. Now the ostrich egg is the largest bird egg in the entire world. Any person of any size could stand on an ostrich egg and it would not break. It would take something as much as a drill to get into the inside of an ostrich egg. It is the largest and heaviest bird egg in the world. We are now heading into Kingsland, where we are going to be seeing the king of the jungle, the African lion. Now here at Six Flags Great Adventure, we have 3 different kinds of lions. We have one male pride and 2 mixed prides. We'll get a closer view of them in just 1 second. The males are going to have those very large mane to them. The darker the mane is, the older the African lion is going to be. Most of the time, you can see them laying down right now, but most of the time they are sleeping. The African lions tend to sleep between 13 and 20 hours a day. So they are very heavy sleepers. In the wild, the females are actually the ones that go and hunt for the family, but they only succeed about 25% of the time. But when they do succeed and they bring their prey back to the family, the males are the first ones to eat. This guy's there. You can get a good view of one right over here. Now, a sad conservation fact is that the African lion is vulnerable to extinction. Within the past 20 years, the African lion population has decreased by 40% in the past 20 years. We share these conservation stories so everyone is aware of what is going on in our world and in the wild. You can see our mixed pride over here. Some of the males are still growing in their manes, so they're kind of small and unnoticeable at the moment, but they're still growing them in.
Why is that one opening its mouth like that?
I honestly have no idea. Maybe it's a yawn. Maybe it's hungry.
Coffee.
But I always tend to think that even though they're called the king of the jungle, the females are the ones that go and hunt for the family, so shouldn't they be called the queens of the jungle? Is anybody with me on that? Thank you. Yes! Finally! You get a beautiful view of them over here. They're actually not the largest species of cat. A lot of people think the African lion is the largest species of cat. The largest species of cat is actually the tiger. We're going to be encountering tigers a little bit later on in the tour. Uh-huh.
Who wins? Tiger or lion?
Huh?
Who wins?
Who
Tiger or
wins?
lion?
In what? Like a race?
No, like,
Who? Oh. I don't know if that's ever happened.
a lion and a tiger.
I think it would depend. I mean, they're both pretty strong, and they're both pretty large. It would probably depend. We are now heading into Black Bear Ridge, home to the American black bear. You can start to spot some of them over here to your left.
Over there.
Now, the black bear can come in many different colors other than black. They can also come in brown and white. But wouldn't a white bear be a polar bear? That is wrong, because the polar bear is the largest of the bear species, and the black bear is the smallest of the bear species. But the black bear can also come in many different colors like that. Cubs? Yes, we will spot some cubs. Actually, right over here we have our nursery, where the mother can take care of her cubs without being disrupted. Now, when a baby cub is born, you can spot them right over here. The mama and her two cubs right over here. Now, when a baby cub is born, they are born blind and deaf. And they get those senses within the first couple weeks of their life. Now, in the wild, what will happen is that the mother will give birth to her cubs during hibernation, and then once she gives birth, she will go right back to sleep. But here at Six Flags Great Adventure, they do not need to hibernate and will not hibernate, because during hibernation, they're storing food in the winter season. They are fed here 365 days a year. You can also spot them over there in the den. So they do not need to hibernate and will not. You may spot over there, the pond is green. It is nothing gross. It is actually something called duckweed. It is very nutritious for our bears, and they actually drink it like soup. Does anyone know what state the American black bear is not found in? No? Hawaii. They haven't learned to swim that distance yet. They're not. I mean, I'm sure they're great swimmers, probably not all the way to Hawaii, though they are great climbers. So we do have spaces for them to climb because of the shape of their claws. Make them excellent to climb. We have a little bit more open space from our Serengeti grasslands. Those over there are male fallow deer as well. As you can see, they have those white spots to them. As I said before, they keep them throughout their entire life. More in the summertime, once we get more onto the season, you'll be able to see their antlers grow a little bit more. Also, you'll spot our Canada geese. I'm sure you've seen them in a lot of our sections. They are just the freeloaders. They are here for the free food. But we love them, we welcome them, and yes, you'll find them everywhere. Another good view, we want to see what Savannah sunset looks like, and what you could potentially be staying in. You get a beautiful view of the safari, you can see many different animals. where yes, we're gonna be encountering the European brown bear. Just bear with us as we get this gate open. Get it? Bear with us. Yeah. I had maybe like one person laugh in the distance. It's okay. I have about maybe 3 jokes under my belt. Now, the European brown bear is originally from Northern Europe. Like I said, the American black bear can come in many different colors, but the European brown bear can come in one color and one color only, and that is brown. You'll see them in different shades of brown. We'll be seeing them in just one moment. You'll see light brown, dark brown, but it will not come in any other color but brown. Now we do have a very, very tiny baby cub. If you may be able to spot them. We do have one over here. Let's see if we can spot the baby cub. It should be a little bit over here in the den. Right over here is the baby cub. You see it?
What's his or her name?
I'm not sure. They were just recently born, so I don't know if they were named yet. Now, if you look very closely at the bear, you will see a bit of a lump on their back. Now, lump is actually a muscle. The black bears are the climbers, while the brown bears are the ones that love to dig in the dirt because of the way dirt balls are shaped. And that muscle on their back is actually what helps them dig in the dirt. You can see one is a little bit wet. Looks like he just came from a swim in a pond over here to the right. The bears do love to swim in the pond. There's some toys for them to play with in there. Now they are opportunistic omnivores, meaning that they can eat a fruit and veggie diet and meat, but they eat more of a meat and protein-based diet. We have a bit of a protein pellet. You'll spot it's kind of on both sides. You'll see a little bit of, it looks like dirt a little bit, but it is a protein pellet. If you see them eating anything, that's probably what they're eating. Get a good view of one right over here. Let's see, are there any in the pond? Looks like there's not any in the pond right now, but they all look like they just came out of the pond recently. You can spot their protein pellet a little bit on the right side. If you see the little grains over there. I think it's past their lunchtime. They finished it already. They love to eat. They do love to eat. You'll spot them. They'll eat, they'll sleep, they'll play. They're very active bears. We have a couple more bears over here to the left as well. Yes, we are. Now let's see. Another joke. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Yeah. Yeah. I try my best. That's all I can do. Now, just for a quick moment in time, we are going to be exiting our safari and heading back into New Jersey just for a little bit. This is our wildlife conservation sanctuary. It starts here and goes all the way down. It's over 400 acres of entirely open and untouched land. You're going to get to see it in just one moment. As we get this gate closed.
I can barely hear you.
Now, you may spot any animal that wants to use the space. You might find the white-tailed deer, the red fox, bald eagles, cranes, turtles, whatever animal wants to use the land. When he opened this up back in 1974, they promised to have all of this open space. Now, because of the wetlands, you may feel a bit of a drop in the temperature. The temperature actually dropped by 3 degrees. So if you felt a bit of a chill, that is why. It's kind of hard to spot things because this is about the end of it, and it goes here all the way down. As you can see, it goes very, very far down. But yes, not even the wardens touch the land. The only time they may need to touch the land is if there's like a tree trunk in the road that they need to get off of the trucks to go through, or camels having a hard time crossing the street. Besides that, entirely open, entirely untouched. It's what New Jersey would look like if houses and buildings were made. This is Jersey. This is Jersey. We are now heading back into our safari into Didgeridoo Pass. If anyone might know what a didgeridoo is, it is a wooden musical instrument. Say hello to our gate guards from Australia, meaning we are heading into our Australia section. We are going to be coming in encounter with the emu and the red kangaroo. The emu was the last bird type we are going to be meeting today. We met the rhea, the ostrich, and now the emu, meaning that the emu also does not fly. You can spot one over here to your right. They stand up to about 7 feet tall. They are the only bird to have a calf muscle. They can jump up to 7 feet when startled. You'll spot over here we have our red kangaroo. You can kind of see to your right like they're posing for the cover of Vogue magazine. That is because of the way that their hips are fused together. Meaning that they do not walk and they can only hop. But they actually can use their tail as a third leg. Sometimes they'll play fight with each other called kickboxing. They'll stand on their tail so they have both legs to kick with. Now the male is called a Jack, the female is called a Jill, and the baby is called a Joey. Now when a baby Joey is born, they are born blind and deaf in the size of a lima bean. So they spend the beginning of their life in their mother's pouch. A couple more of our emus. Fun fact about the emu, they were the inspiration for the velociraptor in the Jurassic Park films. You can tell that the males, because they'll have that red and orange coat, while the females are a little bit lighter. I love the way that they pose though, it's so unique to them. Let's say hello to our gate guard over here to the left. As we head into Tigris Asiana. Now there used to be 9 different subspecies of tigers in the wild. But there unfortunately have been 3 subspecies of tigers that have gone extinct. So there are now 6 subspecies of tigers left in the wild. Now tigers come in many different colors, such as white with black stripes and a golden tabby. But we have here the Siberian tiger, and the Siberian tiger is going to come in one color and one color only, and that is the standard orange with black stripes. You will be seeing them in just one moment. Now the Siberian tiger is the largest species of tiger, and as I said before, the tigers are the largest species of cat. So the Siberian tiger makes that the largest cat in the world. This is one of our litter of tigers over here. We have 4 brothers and 1 sister. They are quintuplets. It was a miracle because usually mothers give birth to about 2 or 3. 5 is wild, and it is a miracle that she was able to do that. 4 brothers and 1 sister over there. Now tigers are called the apex predator. They have something called a false eye, which is on their ear. Their parents are actually right over here to the left. When they're distracted, like eating or drinking, using their eyes, they can use their false eye to potentially see any predators that may cross their way. See them laying down at the moment, but they are very active throughout the day. Now, a fun fact, the tigers at the safari back in 1974 used to be free roaming. They used to free roam while the cars passed by. And you'll see in one moment, there's a tower up there. And yes, I think I did mention this at the beginning of the tour a little bit, that the wardens used to stay in the tower and watch the tigers. It's pretty crazy. Let's say hello to our gate guard one final time over here to your right. Hi. We are now exiting our safari tour. Please keep a reminder, please stay seated with that seatbelt on. It is not officially over yet. Now, I did mention base camp before. If you want to check that out, it was right where, next to where you entered the park. It is right next to it. There's a reptile house, birds of prey. There's mammals there. And then that's a 45-minute version of the tour. About 10 minutes longer, you get to see the yak, the baboons, a couple other animals. Also, we have a Save the Icon pin. It is $5 at the Safari gift shop. It has the American bison and it has the European brown bear, and that helps the Wildlife Conservation Network. So I know there's a gift shop right outside of here. With my runaway mine train. Also, anyone over the age of 55, we have our Silver Safari program. For anyone over the age of 55 can come and get a tour and spend the day at our base camp. Along with that, we have our Sora Ed program where we have school groups and things like that come and take a field trip at the safari. I did a group of third graders on the tour the other day. We also have wild encounters where we can bring small mammals and small animals to different schools. Just one moment as we head back. Do we have a favorite? Did anyone have a specific animal that they really liked? Kangaroo. I love the kangaroos. Oh, the tigers, yeah, love the tigers. Does anyone have a favorite ride in the park? Oh, yeah. It was second best to King the Caw, but now that King the Caw is gone, definitely nicer up there with El Toro. I hope you guys had a good time on the safari. Everyone give a big thanks to our driver, Blue. And my name is Megan. I was your tour guide today. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you guys got to see some cool animals that you normally don't get to see on an everyday basis. I hope you guys had a good time. And then once you get the cue to head off, you're going to make a left, exit, and have a Six Flags day.